everyone, my name is Marshadow and welcome back to the MMDL Mix and my Draft League. And today I have my draft analysis for Season 2. For those that don't know what the MMDL is, it is a Pokemon Draft League that uses the Mix and Mega format. Pretty self-explanatory name. So pretty much any single one of my Pokemon can hold a Mega Stone. Well, not every single one of my Pokemon, because we assigned our Pokemon Mega Stones at the end of the draft, and I'll go over that when I get to those Pokemon. And then when it gives those Pokemon the Mega Stone and they Mega Evolve, then they get the boost. So any stat changes, ability changes, and potential type changes. Or type loss in the case of Aggronite. And I'll go into specific changes for my specific Megas when we get to that. So we drafted 11 Pokemon and 2 Mega Stones each. And those 2 Mega Stones were each assigned to a Pokemon. If you were here for Season 1, it's pretty much the same thing, except now we're using the full National Dex, as opposed to just a Galar Dex, because you can do that now. And also, before we get started, please go ahead and check out Rivet and one of the other coaches. They just started up their YouTube channel, and they're making fantastic videos, and greatly appreciate if you went over to their channel, subscribe, left to like, and did all that stuff, and do all that stuff for me too. Without further ado, let's get into it. And our first pick was Tapacogo. Tapacogo, Pokemon I love using. A veteran from Season 1, we drafted him. We were 9th overall pick of the 16 coaches in the draft. Tapacogo is going to set up the electric terrain because we did build the terrain team, spoiler alert. Has a fantastic typing in Electric Fairy, giving it 2 weaknesses to ground and poison, as well as a great stats distribution. It can defog any hazards away. We do need to be careful of that because that will also remove the electric terrain. It can also give us offensive momentum with U-turn and Volt Switch, or we could run more defensive with Nature's Madness. It can of course run physical and special, since it has the stats for both. Since it runs special because it has a better moveset, but it can definitely run physical if need be. It also has a fantastic speed set of 130, allowing to outspeed a lot of Pokemon. And overall just being a fantastic Pokemon. Next up we drafted Mammoth Swine. Mammoth Swine is a Pokemon that I love. I love Mammoth Swine's design. I've never drafted it, but I'm excited to use it. It has a ginormous 130 attack, which is 15 higher than Tapacogo's. This thing's attacks are the same as Tapacogo's speed set. As a result, it does go below 100 speed, going all the way down to 80, but this thing can definitely make use of a Choice Scarf or Ice Shard for some priority. It's going to be doing a lot of damage. It has a thick Fat ability, so any Fire-type moves are going to be practically neutral. And Ice-type moves are going to be practically resisted. We could also run Oblivious. Don't know if Snowcloak is legal or not. I'm not sure about the evasion clause. It gets really powerful stabs in Icicle, Grass, Ice Shard, Earthquake. It gets Rock Slides or Stone Hit superpower, and it's also an offensive Rock Setter if we need that. And its defenses are not bad. 110 HP is nothing bad, as well as 80 defense and 60 special defense. Next up we have Jirachi. 100 across the board is great, as well as Seal Psychic being a fantastic typing. And a lot of moves. Over on the right hand side you can see just 10 because that's all I could fit on here, but we could stop. We could run a defensive set with Toxic and Stealth Rock. We could run a supportive set with Wish and U-turn. We could run an offensive set with Iron Head and Zen Headbutt. So many options. It's pretty much just a mini Mew with an even better typing. And next up we have Lucha, which is going to be our first unburgeoned user. It's gonna be making use of the electric terrain in combination with electric sea to be super fast with its already incredible 118 speed stat to fire off really powerful close combat acrobatic spray bursts that poison you up to threaten out. Fairy Stone Edge, it can U-turn if you don't need it, it can set up Sword Net, and it has Roost, which I did not know until earlier today when I made these. If we don't want to run Unbreaking, we can also get Small Breaker and Limber, so if we're really worried about paralysis, we can run Limber. Or we could run Mold Breaker if we need that for whatever reason. I don't know, might come in handy, who knows. Next up we have our very first Mega Evolution, that being a Mega Gudra holding the Latios site. You can see Gudra's normal stat spread down in the right hand corner, as well as Mega Gudra's stat spread, where the big stuff. It's also going to gain that Levitate ability, or we could run Hydration, Gooey, or Sip Separate, which is not too mega. It's a bunch of good moves. Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse being good special stab, Outrage being good physical stab, Fire Blast, Sludge Wave, Thunderbolt, great special coverage, and Earthquake Power Whip being good physical coverage. Both of its attack stat equalize with this new Latios type that we're going to be giving it. We're going to skyrocketing to 140, and then if you thought it's 150 speed F on its normal form with good, well, we're going to increase that by 10 to 160, as well as a whole 20 defense. So yeah, this thing's going to be it's going to hit super hard, and it can be super difficult to break. Super difficult to kill. As well as it's just another immunity. And we have our next Mega right after, which is Klutz. And if you thought the 140 was strong with a lot for an attacking stat, feast your eyes on Mega Klutz's 170, coming off of its 120 base special attack as Klutz, and then Blastoise Knight's additional 50. And it's gonna keep that Mega Launcher ability, so it's Water Pulse, so we're gonna hit super hard. You can make use of Terrain Pulse, Ice Beam, Flash Cannon. You can pivot with Flip Turn, or it has some priority in Aqua Jet. Not too many moves, but all those moves are gonna be super boosted. Every single move on there except Aqua Jet, Flip Turn, and maybe Flash Cannon, I'm not sure, but that one are boosted by Mega Launcher. And then, I mean, we could run physical with its 93 base attack, but why would you do that when its special attack is almost double? It does have pretty good special defense base 99 and base 71 HP, and its defense is even higher at 108. Unfortunately, it's a bit on the slower side, but that could be alleviated with Trick Room, or running a bulkier set, or not running Mega and giving it the Walk-On Berry if we choose. Next up, we drafted Volcanion. We need a Fire type. It was the only one on the board. That's not the only one on the board, but the best one on the board. It is Duplicate Water, which isn't the best on Electric Terrain team, because electric moves are going to be boosted, but it's still going to be boasting a massive 130 special attack. It has a Defog if we need to remove those hazards. Really bulky, especially on the physical side. The Steamer option, super strong move. Fire Blast or Flamethrower if we need accuracy, super strong. Red Power, Flash Cannon, Focus Flash, Sludge Wave, or we could run a defensive Subtoxic set. Whatever we need. If we need an offensive Water type, a defensive Water type, I mean, super hard hitting Fire type move. Whatever we need, this thing can do it. Next up, we drafted Spiritomb. This is going to be our super defensive Pokemon whenever we need a super defensive Pokemon. Going to be using Shadow Ball. Going to be especially using super defensive moves of Curse and Nightshade. Pairing that along with Pain Spit, it's going to be super good combination. Or we could run offensive, because with its attack for 92, I have both Shadow Ball and Poltergeist. And both Dark Pulse and Sucker Punch. For its stabs, toxic, it can cripple walls. Cripple stuff with tricks, so we could run a choice banded set if we want to. Or a choice spec set. Unfortunately, it is one of our slower Pokemon. I believe it is the slowest Pokemon on the team. But at base 35, that can only be expected. Next up, we have type Null, with 95 across the board, except for the unfortunate 59 base speed. Not too many moves. Crush, Slap, Cry Attack, Q-Turn, Rock Slide, Shadow Claw, and Toxic. It's gonna have the two abilities in Pressure and Infiltrator. I hope that's correct. I really hope I didn't forget to Yeah, that's not its ability. Its ability is Shell Armor, if I remember correctly, or Battle Armor. I'll put it up on the screen. Yeah, that's our spare team abilities. I forgot to update that. Well, it is a pure normal type. We can run physically defensive, special defensive. It isn't a not fully evolved Pokemon because it has evolved into Soapali, so it is capable of holding in a Violite. Next up, we have Whirlipede, which for the first and only time in these whole things, we're going to not have our stats first because I want to put spikes and toxic spikes first because that's why we drafted this thing. Then get Poison, Jab, Skitter, Smack, Infestation, Toxic if you really want to. It's actually pretty defensive. 99-79 for its defense is not too bad. It will keep getting faster. That 47 speed can be alleviated with Speed Boost or get a Poison Point with Poison Jab to get a Super Poison chance. And then finally we have Grovyle. It's going to be our second Unburdened user. With 95 base speed, not as fast as Lucha, but still really, really fast, and it's going to be outfitting a lot of stuff. Another Pokemon that gets access to Swords Dance, and Acrobatics, and a fighting move, except this time rather than close combat, it's Strength Punch. We can sub up, we can quick super powerful Leaf Blade, X Scissor, whatever we need, and it is going to be our Grass type. But that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.